Hello, everybody. Welcome to Freaky Fast Broadcasting, where we have tonight the Adrenaline Rush Truck Series here at the Auto Club Speedway. And I'm going to tell you what, it's been a great season so far here in the Adrenaline Rush Truck Series from the home of Evolution Racing Leagues. It's been a very, very special start to the season up here in the booth. And we've had some great racing as these guys are in qualifying at the moment. But man, I gotta tell you, it's gonna be a fantastic night. As I am Zach Hall up in the booth. We also have a special guest up in here tonight, newcomer up in the booth. Cedric Hunter. We'll get a chat from him here in a second. But first, as always, we got to give a special shout out to the sponsors that make it happen here at the Evolution Racing League and Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Remember to go check out their leading sponsor here of Or Nissan Central, the leading Nissan dealership in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Also brought to you by Sheffield Graphics, the leading designer in sim racing paint schemes and liveries. It's founded by a Navy veteran, and a portion of every paint goes directly to support the Military Foundation Folds of Honor. It's a great nonprofit organization that gives scholarships to the family of fallen soldiers and disabled veterans. Make sure to check them out on Facebook under Sheffield Graphics. Also, we have the wonderful sponsor of ButtKicker. Feel what you have been missing. Every game deserves a truly immersive experience. The ButtKicker Gamer 2 lets you feel every detail from the subtle footsteps to the rumble of a V10-powered race car, from ambient environmental effects to the power of a nearby explosion. By moving a physical mass instead of only air, the Gamer 2 provides instant, accurate, powerful base response, and it's all perfectly synced with every game with no additional software required. So make sure you go to buttkicker.com and check out all their wonderful products they have in store for you and feel what you've been missing. And also, you can use Freaky Fast 20 to get 20% off any purchase there on the ButtKicker website. So make sure you go check that out. So we got to thank those sponsors as always here for letting us put on a great show here up in the booth and have a great time like we do with this racing on the racetrack. But now we'll head down to the racetrack where the action is about to kick off. We have about 3 minutes elapsed here in qualifying, so we got about 2 minutes left. Right now, at the moment, Cody McCauley, fast man, we've always seen here putting down pole laps each and every week to get the Sheffield Graphics Pole Award. And he's sitting on top of the board right now ahead of Travis Everett by 7,000ths of a second. But let's see how everybody is doing tonight as we have Robert Moyer Jr. up here running the cameras and Cedric Hunter out here on track side action with me. How's it going tonight, Cedric? What's it feel like to be up in the booth, buddy? And what kind of racing can we expect at Oklahoma?
It's going pretty well. It's pretty awesome hearing that live there. You're doing all the sponsorship and stuff like that. It's a completely different feeling being in the booth as opposed to just hearing it on the broadcast. So that was awesome. It kind of gave me goosebumps. But racing at Auto Club here tonight should be fun. I'm expecting it's going to be pretty spread out. It's wide. This racetrack's really wide. Drafting matters a lot. These guys out here have custom setups, so we'll kind of see how it drives once the green flag comes out here in about a minute or so. So should be an exciting race. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. It definitely should be interesting. And make sure to know, yes, it is a custom setup from Michael Sheffield here, but it is everybody on the same setup. So no different setups here from these trucks. So everybody has the same setup under their feet here tonight to go to battle. As it looks like qualified right now, about 15 seconds left. But look at the top 3 times on the board with Cody McCauley, Travis Everett, and John Willett. Man, there is literally 1700ths of a second between these top 3 guys.
Yeah, hopefully those times kind of show a product of the racing tonight. Hopefully it's close pack racing, bumper to bumper action, really exciting. But we're taking the grid here, so we should be taking off in about a minute or two.
Yes, we are, and we'll go ahead and pull up that grid, and then we'll get to talking here with our Sheffield Graphics pole winner here tonight of Cody McCauley, starting on that top position in the 62, leading them to the field again. This man has been on a pole machine all year. I'm telling you that because this dude has just been on fire. 59, Travis Everett there, bringing home the second position here tonight. John Willett there in the 81 is going to start in the 3rd position. 4th is going to go to points leader GT Irizarry. 5th is going to be Curtis Preston in that 29 machine. 6th is going to go to Richard Gonzalez. 7th, the 68 of Brendan Biesinger. 8th is going to go to Michael Sheffield in the 1 truck. 9th, Alex Rudolph in the 42. 10th is going to go to the 23 of Chad Biesinger. 11th is Craig A. Burns, always fan favorite in that 2 truck. 12th, or Yeah, 12th is going to go to Kel Seaman in the 17, and rounding out your field in the 13th position will be Matt Upbrook. And that is your starting grid here tonight from the Adrenaline Rush Truck Series. As now, I will bring up here Cody McCauley to get a talking with him and see what his thoughts on winning that pole here again tonight, and see what the strategy is for this man for bringing home that Sheffield Graphics Pole Award. Hey, Cody, it's Zach up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, buddy, on the pole again, man, I got to say, each and every week, you're the man to beat when it comes to this qualifying session. What can you do tonight to put that truck in victory lane and after starting on the pole?
I don't know. This race is going to be a lot different than what we usually see. We ran a preseason race here and was really quick. I actually ended up stealing the win. Just drafting is so big. The setup is a little different than what we ran before. You guys are going to see this truck bouncing around a lot, going tight, going loose. So it'll be interesting. Just got to, keep our eyes peeled, run a smart race, try to be there at the end.
Well, buddy, congrats on getting the pole here again tonight. Good luck to yourself, and hopefully we'll be talking to you up here in the booth sometime soon.
Fingers crossed, fellas.
All right, buddy, you have a good time.
Appreciate it.
All right, that was Cody McCauley there, your Sheffield Graphics pole winner here tonight, as he's leading these trucks to the green flag. And I tell you what, I need to go back and look at a little bit of stat work here, Cedric, but just to give you a little insight, that guy there is a pole machine. I mean, coming into this race, I believe tonight, I believe this is his 8th pole out of 10 starts. But the thing is, he only has 3 wins to go with that. So he hasn't converted every pole to a win. And but I tell you what, he's got speed, lights out speed that could be a big factor here tonight for him.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to say speak it for personal experience, but I'm not the type of person that can do what he does and put it on pole every race. But it's just as hard winning it as it is qualifying it. So, but he's got half of it there. I guess he's just got to put a race together and get hopefully 8 out of 10 wins. But I'll let you get the start, or let you start off the race here for us.
Yes, sir. Pace truck will pull in this time, and we will begin tonight's 75 laps here at the Auto Club Speedway as Cody McCauley will take us to the green flag as it's out in the air, and we're headed down the front straightaway. These front straightaways and back straightaways so long here at the Auto Club Speedway. Let's see who can bring home the lead after this first lap, as I think drafting is going to be a huge factor as they go down to turn 1. Got a side-by-side battle for the lead. Looks like Cody McCauley going to pull the nose off of turn 2, slide up in front of the 59 Travis Air. Big move there. Here's points leader GT Irizarry there in the Ford truck. He's been consistent each and every week. 1 win coming in here tonight, but so many top 5s as we look back at Cup Series champion Curtis Preston from past 2020. They're up in the 4th position now.
Yeah, and we can see some really tight racing. Drafting is going to be a big key here tonight. And also just taking care of your tires. I know that, these guys do run custom setups, so I'm not quite sure how their balance are, but I know the fixed setup here is dirty air matters a lot. So you're going to see people struggling to maybe get positions, but you want to try and suck up down the straightaways as much as you can and hopefully save your tires. It is a 75-lap race, so we'll see a lot of green flag racing, and those long runs is really where you want to make your time.
Long runs will be the key. This is such an old surface. Tires do not like this place. As John Willett there, teammate of Cody McCauley, he makes the move on Travis Everett. Teammates at Slide Job Racing, Travis Everett and GT Irizarry. Here comes GT back to the inside with the Ford truck with the help of the 59 and the 29. That is 3 Slide Job Racing trucks directly all together. And I tell you what, it could be interesting in coming in here tonight how this strategy is going to play out with the 75-lap race. I believe these guys should be able to make it on 1 stop, but I'm not sure at the same time.
Did this thing run full fuel? I wasn't aware of the race.
I can't remember if the truck series has a different fluid. I don't believe so. I think it's a full load, but at the same time, going around 35 laps here is kind of difficult to do. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, the fuel strategy in the trucks at this track should be roughly around 40 laps or so. So it might be tight. It'll probably be close, but saving fuel and coasting into the corners and stuff like that will be a major key here. Not only to save your fuel, but as well save your tires. So it'll be interesting as we see right now our leader here, Cody McCauley, start to actually gap the field.
Yeah, he's starting to put a little gap here. It's really the battling going on. You got Travis Everett, Curtis Preston, GT Irizarry, and John Willett, and also got the 42 Alex Rudolph kind of coming into the picture here. As these 5 trucks are starting to battle a little bit, and that can definitely slow you down, especially at a place like this where you're trying to get the most momentum and keep that up. Side-by-side racing here can slow you down, and Cody McCauley is trying to do a magician trick and disappear.
Absolutely. I mean, you don't have to worry about anyone in the mirror if you are just gone. So he's doing a good job. He's putting the gap out early, and then that's what you want to do. It'll be a really key, an important key here at this track, especially that create the gap. You know, obviously people have draft you. You don't want to stay around. Once you get to racing, kind of like these guys here, it makes it really easy for those guys that have clean air to just kind of leave you behind. So you want to try and hope, if you can't find a partner, you want to do that. Otherwise, you just want to do what Cody's doing, and then just get good, clean racing and just start pulling out.
Yes, definitely. It's definitely the key, getting around these places. Just keeping it nice and clean. But through these first 10 rounds of a 16-round season, right now, GT Irizarry, who is running there, battling with Curtis Preston, teammate, for that 4th and 3rd position. He right now has a 4. Ooh, Alex Rudolph, heavy hit on the right front off the 2. And he's going to lose a position, I believe, to Brendan Brees. Or actually, that's Richard Gonzalez there, making the pass in that 6 truck. And directly behind him there is Biesinger and Sheffield. So these 2 trucks possibly looking to get by the 42s. He has major damage right now. But back to the point situation here, GT Irizarry, 42-point lead over Cody McCauley, our race leader right now. And then a 49-point lead over John Willett there directly behind GT. Michael Sheffield in the 4th position, 85 points back. And Chad Biesinger enters tonight in the top 5 in points, 98 points back. So with 6 races to go, GT still got a good-sized lead. But anything can happen. We've seen Cody McCauley start to knock off a few more wins. That's really been the big thing for Cody. Is he's had the speed, just hasn't had the results. So we'll have to see if tonight he can keep that up. As the past few weeks, he's really been on a roll in that 62 machine.
Yeah, with a 40-point gap. I mean, GT all really has to just kind of show up, finish consistent, and then put his mind towards the championship. I mean, at this kind of second half of the season, you need to look at the bigger picture, and so far he's been doing a good job of racing but not putting himself in harm's way. So it's always just bigger picture, and then Cody's just got to make the most of every opportunity he's got.
Yeah, that is definitely the key, Cedric. You're definitely right there, man. That's you just got to be consistent each and every week. And I believe also the way their points work, Cedric, in the trucks is a little bit different than the normal NASCAR points. So I think it's around 5 points per position. So you can make up some sizable gaps on people. So 42 points it's pretty good. It's a good size gap, but it's not nothing you want to relax on, So he's definitely going to keep that in mind, as the next races will be, I believe, the Richmond Raceway, Homestead Miami Speedway, Texas, Dover, and Darlington. So we're going to have some fun at those racetracks to finish out the season. It's been a great time, and we had an off week last week, so we really we missed this league last week, and man, it kind of I'm so used to my Mondays being these trucks, and it definitely was interesting not to have these guys last week. So it's good to have them back here on the track. I was looking at Matt Upbrook there, now checking out John Welez. This pack's still together. So Cedric, the thing is here is, Cody McCauley, classically here, he has got so much speed, and a lot of times that speed does carry over to the long run. But there has been times this season where we have seen him sort of fade away near the end of the run by pulling out these huge leads at the beginning of the race, especially in these drafting races, it seems like. What do you think some of these drivers' plans are? Maybe they'll run him down later.
I think that, it's really hard since they're racing in a pack, but like I mentioned earlier, dirty air is such a huge factor, and considering these guys are really, they're racing for it, it's not like any of these guys are holding back by the looks of it. Saving your tires is going to be a huge thing. But California is one of those tracks that really, you can be fast, and you feel like you're not burning up your stuff, but in reality, you're just killing it. And that's kind of what I struggle with every time I come to California, is I could be pretty quick for, 10, 15 laps, and I feel like I'm backing up my corners enough and doing everything I need to, and then all of a sudden the lap marker comes on the run and I just have no right front left. So it'll be really interesting. Like Cody's showing the speed right now, and you said that normally his speed transitions, but I feel like California is just one of those tracks that you either have it or you don't, and it comes with experience. So it'll be interesting to see if he can hold up, as you can see Travis Everett is kind of closing in at 10th that last lap on him.
Yeah, that, you know, a 10th that lap and a 10th before that too, Cedric. So it definitely is starting to shrink for the gap there for that first and second position. But he's also got, like, got to point out, you know, Travis has got Curtis Preston and GT Rosari, both teammates of all three of those are teammates. So these guys here definitely trying to work together probably and move their way on up, as Curtis Preston is just kind of, you know, really just trying to push that 59 down these straightaways here and see if they can catch up. And it does look like they are slowly closing. So, you know, this could get interesting for Cody McCauley here in a little bit. And his teammate, John Willett, there starting to drop back a little bit in the 81. Same with the 6 of Richard Gonzalez.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much teamwork and drafting and stuff like that will play into effect. Obviously, it's long straightaways, so you can definitely make something happen. It'll just matter, as you can kind of see Travis and Curtis putting a each other in the corners. It'll be interesting to see throughout the run if that's something that they can hopefully manage and make the draft really work in their favor. As they're really,
go ahead, Cedric.
I was going to say, as they're really closing up on Cody right now.
Yeah, they really are closing that gap. We're looking at Richard Gonzalez right now in the 16, running his 6th position. Started 6th also. But I got to say, he's had a great season. This guy is definitely each and every – it seems like his momentum is picked up throughout this season in that 6th truck. And he's been definitely rewarded with some good finishes here lately for him. So it's good to see his positions starting to pick up positions each and every weekend. That's all you can ask for, is to keep getting better and better. We also want to give a shout out here to everybody viewing here tonight. We thank you so much for viewing, as always. You know, so make sure you hit that like, follow, subscribe, notify bell, all the little bells and whistles. You know, reactions, anything you can do like that to let us know you're out there. And hey, just hit us up in chat. Let us know who you're rooting for, how's your day going, anything like that. We love to chat with the chat out there. That's what you guys are there for, and we're here to entertain y'all and have a chat with you. So please, you know, hit us up out there in the chat. But also, you must go on our Facebook page. So make sure you go to Freaky Fast on Facebook. Remember, that's Freaky with 2 E's. And go check out our giveaway we got going on with ButtKicker. So you can go out there and enter that giveaway and maybe win yourself a ButtKicker. And you can feel what you've been missing. So make sure to go check that out there. Also, you can check out our live timing and scoring is in the description for the race tonight. You can also use that there to follow along with your favorite drivers, see what type of lap times they're running. You can also check out our website and in our merch store. So multiple different things we got out there for you here at Freaky Fast and the Evolution Racing League. So make sure you go check that out. But look at this battle is what we're checking out right now, as the 59, the 29, the 4. They've been doing a great job. They're battling, but they're battling where they're going forward. And kind of trying to make headway on Cody up here. Seems like they've kind of hit just a little bit of not a wall, but they've got 7 tenths there behind Cody, but they really haven't been able to close the gap after that too much more, Cedric.
Yeah, it's pretty funny to see the at least on turn 3. All 3 teammates kind of choosing a different line to run at different angles onto how to take the corners, because I think the dirty air is probably going to become a thing really quickly for them. And personally, I don't think they're going to be staying kind of bumper to bumper for too long, but time will tell. And but so far, they're doing a wonderful job. It's been awesome to see.
Yeah, it is great teamwork there. They're also just bringing John Willett there with them too. So this top 5 has not really separated more than 1.2 seconds. And Cody got out there, but now the gap is definitely starting to close, and they're definitely starting to get the draft off them. But like you said, Cedric, dirty air. They're going to start to get that too. So it's not going to get any better the closer they get, which it'll help down the straights, but hurt in the corners. And, you know, as a driver you are, Cedric, you know, can you explain, like, kind of the people out there, what is dirty air almost when we talk of that, and how, you know, what's it feel like when you're driving the race car?
Dirty air is basically just the so when you drive, it's when you're driving behind someone, you have less air, obviously, on your front end, which helps you out during the straightaways, as you can kind of see GT, Irizarry closing up on Everett, and you see Curtis doing the same to GT, where you really close up the gap and makes you a lot faster on the straightaways. But in the corner, kind of does the opposite, where you don't have that the air hitting your basically the front end of your truck, as it really hurts your truck turning ability. And so it kind of just feels like you're driving a tissue box through the corner. It just wants to go straight. And so that's probably the best way I could describe it. Is just it doesn't want to turn, but that same effect really makes you fast down the straightaway. So.
Yeah, you definitely want it in the straights, don't want it in the corners. So it's kind of, take I can't remember the old saying, but sometimes my brain goes so loud I don't remember things. But 19 laps so far, and I tell you what, they got there 6/10 now, and now it's changed up. GT is now taking the head spot, as he was actually the third car in this battle. But GT points leader, like I said, each and every week he consistently finishes top 3. That's really his big thing. I mean, coming into tonight, I believe he's got 8 top 5s for the 10 races. This guy has been up there each and every race. Only one win to go in his bag so far at Rockingham, but at the same time, that just shows how good he is. If you can win at Rockingham, you can win almost at any racetrack. So we know how good GT can be, and it does seem like he's starting to close the gap just a teeny bit, as he's starting to pull away a little bit of a gap there between him and his teammates.
Yeah, tonight GT Irizarry has been doing a wonderful job. I was actually quite surprised that he made those passes. I know it's his teammates, and they're probably giving him some slack, but he made those passes look really easy. And right now he's running pretty much the best times on the track. So his truck right now is hooked up, and he's wheeling it.
21 laps here into this race, and we've had a great battle so far. These guys have not got away from each other. Looking back here, looks like Michael Sheffield there starting to move up. He's got himself past the 6 of Richard Gonzalez now, and has pushed himself up to the 6th position from that 8th starting position. Richard Gonzalez back to 7th. You also got Brendan Biesinger starting in the 7th position, still running in that 8th position. And back to here, Matt Upbrook in that 16. He's running in 9th, started in that 13th position. Chad Biesinger here started 10th. He's still in 10th, that 23 truck. Here's the 17 of Kel Seaman there. He's 12th, started 12th and now he's up into the 11th position. And back to Craig A. Burns, like we say, the fan favorite, usually out here tonight. And that 2 truck started in the 11th position, fell back 1 position. So kind of not having the greatest night so far for that 2 truck. But back to 13th, started in the 9th position. That is Alex Rudolph in the 42, and he has had the toughest time because he drove up to the 6th position, got into that wall, and now he has started to slip back. And you can tell that damage definitely hurt in that race truck of his.
Yeah, it's one of the last things you want out of track. This aero dependent is damage. Damage will hurt you in the straightaways, it won't help your cause for turnability, and will make you slow in the straightaways and will hurt your turnability in the corners. But I know this has nothing to do with racing, but when we were going through the field, I see some really nice paint schemes out here tonight.
Oh yeah, these guys always got some nice paint schemes. Probably a lot of them from courtesy of Sheffield Graphics. So shout out to Sheffield Graphics again, the sponsor here at the Evolution Racing Leagues. So yeah, definitely some great trucks out there, looking great as always. But I tell you what, the battle is on fire now. There's flames on the front of that 4 truck with GT Irizarry, and there's flames coming out the tailpipe right now as that truck is storming to the front of the field here, as he's starting to put pressure on the leader of this race, Cody McCauley. Let's see what he can do here. I've noticed once he's got to him, definitely started to slide that nose out a little bit more. But also, I tell you what, Travis Everett there, only half a second back. Curtis Preston, only 8/10 back. It's starting to heat up here as these slide job racing trucks come into their form here late into the run.
Yes, if Cody McCauley and GT Irizarry get side by side here and start racing for the lead, you're going to see Everett and Preston really close up the gap really fast. So I think this will become a 4-way battle within more than likely this lap or the next.
Yeah, my question, when does GT make it? Here goes the move down to 1/6 to the nose in there to under the 62 of Cody McCauley. Let's see if he can make it work. Sliding up the racetrack a little bit here. Cody McCauley definitely going to get a little bit of a better run here off. Can GT get the drive off the bottom? Don't think he can. He's at the slide back in behind that 62 as they go down the back fairway. But still, not a bad job there. Didn't get too much slower of the exit there on the bottom. I think he's sizing them up here at this moment. And down into 3 and 4, I personally feel like 3 is going to be the place to pass here, if any.
Absolutely, having that sloped front straightaway, you can kind of cut the distance if you go underneath someone. I know you're a way better driver at this racetrack than I am, Zach, so for Cody McCauley, what is the line you want to defend?
Ooh, what a block there. I think McCauley definitely wants to hold that outside line. But he definitely wanted to, he was trying to defend there, and that was a big block. The thing is, look, GT is going to battle with you hard and clean, but until it gets to the point where he feels like he's getting held up, GT will, come through at some point. So we'll have to see how Cody McCauley can hold him off here on lap 26 of this race here. It's great battling, and they're even pulling away from the two behind him as Curtis Preston, I believe, he's got for Travis Everett.
Oh.
And look, the outside wall, and we see what happened to teammate Alex Rudolph, who also got an outside wall. That is almost going to be a death sentence, as they would say here in iRacing, because you're going to go straight back like a parachute with that on the right front. Oh, he got in the wall again, entering one. So little mistake there from McCauley, and man, oh man, that's going to change up the whole top 3. That's going to be a slide job racing 1, 2, 3 at the moment.
Yeah, unless they got a caution here soon, Cody is going to fall back. He's going to be deploying the anchor on his rear end, and he's going to start dropping through the field. So he's at this point, he's crossing his fingers for a caution or something just to be able to get this damage fixed.
Yeah, he definitely will be, and also no fast repairs in this league. He's going to have to get that thing worked on. They're not going to get it perfect, but the thing is, if it's a green flag stop, he's going to lose time. And like you said, going to be hoping for a caution. But here at the Auto Club Speedway, this place is one of the places where you can go green for so long. It's such a wide racetrack, so many different possibilities that it's literally, it's a place where you can get spread out and not much stuff is going to happen, incident-wise, as these top 3 here starting to definitely put a gap on that 62 of Cody McCauley as he is feeling the burn of that wall now. Yeah, he's in the wall again here. As Robert's just pointed out my ear, he got in the wall a little bit again. Is he going to have to come in here soon? Possibly is, I don't know. He's definitely not having the greatest of luck here, and that right front is very hurt. You can see the Goodyear tire just completely sticking out. And like Cedric said, that's like deploying the anchor. It's one of the worst feelings you can have, because you just got a little bit offline, missed the wall, and now you're going to pay for it the rest of this race.
Well, do you think he very could have just made that mistake, because GT Rosario was all over his bumper and putting on that pressure. So he more than likely just got on the gas early and then was kind of mirror driving a little bit, which probably is what caused it. But at this point, his tires are gone, are completely shot, and I'm sure that he's just counting down the laps until he has to pit.
Yeah, he's hoping for a pit stop very soon. I mean, we've seen the speed he's got, so if anything happens, he can get it fixed up. He could still be a big factor in this. But I tell you what, now the 3 teammates out front definitely starting to put the pressure on each other. I mean, Curtis Preston here, you always got to watch. That's one thing too, Cedric, I just got to point out to you. You always got to watch out for these 3 guys. These 3 guys right here are such, they come up and sneak up on you. They really know how to, be patient, save their stuff. And it shows, with these 3 teammates, how well they're doing. And also, I believe their teammate, Michael Sheffield, he is flying actually at the moment too. He's one of the fastest trucks on this racetrack. And that one truck, as he's trying to get past the 81, John Willett there, is actually, he does, coming off a forward pass John Willett pretty easily and move himself up to that 5th position. So right now, with also Matt Oprah coming forward too, and that 16 truck, Slide Job Racing is having a great night so far.
Absolutely. My question to you is, since you're obviously you're regular at this league, and I'm not, these 3 teammates, do you think they're going to race for position, or because GT's in the lead, they're kind of going to give them some slack?
Oh, they're going to race for position. Trust me, these boys right here, they're going to go for it. There's no Cedric. I mean, me and you are teammates. The way we race, we're gonna race each other, but we're not gonna do anything too stupid to hopefully end anybody's night. Now, sometimes mistakes happen when you're racing hard, and you can get into each other. And not saying teammates that won't happen, but they're going to battle. Let's just say that if one of them feels like they're faster, they're going to be like, you know what, you got to pick up the pace because I'm gonna go through. So it's going to be one of those things. Right now is they're on lap 32. I think they're going to be able to make it on one stop here tonight, from what I've seen so far. Must have a full fuel load, of course. And we'll have to see is GT actually misses the bottom as we're watching this battle here with Matt Elbrook and Brendan Biesinger, with Upbrook now up to that 7th position. So right now, Slide Job Racing is 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7. So really great night for them so far through this race. And like I said, it seems like it's just a common theme with Slide Job Racing, just to continually get quicker and quicker as the race goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're seeing Curtis Preston get really good runs, but GT Irizarry is just closing the door in the center of turn 1 there, and the lap before in turn 3. But as we're talking, actually, and I haven't been really paying attention, pit window should open in the next few laps. So it'll be interesting to see who's down on pit road first, and if we get a possible undercut strategy or just different strategies play out.
Yeah, the telltale sign is going to be how close they're on fuel. If they're close on fuel, these guys are going to push it at least, I'd say, to 37 to give them a good little buffer range, maybe even 38. But if they have enough fuel, you may see some guys coming down here on lap 35 to stretch that final run. Is right now you got Travis Everett, the 59, trying to make the move up the inside of the 29 of Curtis Preston there in 1 and 2, off down the back straightaway. These top 3 pulled away to a 2.7 second lead. It's been a great battle so far between them as Travis Everett there now going by. I tell you what, these guys have all they've been in different order almost every 10 laps. You had Travis Everett lead with Curtis Preston in second to him, to where GT was in third. GT went by them, then Curtis went by Travis. And now Travis by Curtis. I'm telling you, these guys are going to battle, and it's going to be so fun to watch all the way down to the end of this race.
Yeah, and we just saw Cody McCauley dug down onto pit road, which makes me think that they have a little more fuel than we are thinking they do.
Yeah, and he just wrecked it too when he pit. So from bad to worse for Cody McCauley, and not to beat up on Cody, but this is something we see almost not week to week with Cody, but he's got the speed, but sometimes just the strategy or small little mental errors can hurt this guy's races. And that's personally, I mean, if they had an award for speed, he's going to win the speed award, but championships are not won on speed every time. And that's what we're seeing from GT, is just, downright just, playing the races the right way they should be. Is McCauley here, like you said, on pit road, getting it worked on too in that 62 truck. But he's going to be way behind now due to spinning coming down pit road. But like I said, just little mistakes. If he can clean that up, he's going to be a tough one to beat each and every week.
Yep, plenty of speed. And that 62 car, just unfortunately, little hiccups here and there that little hiccups that in these trucks turn into big hiccups, and then it hurts you over the course of a race. But as we see here, the 3 teammates still battling it out. I know we have a few more battles throughout the field. We've got Matt Upbrook, we've got the Bensingers, kind of nose to tail as well in the back of the field. As we see, if I'm not mistaken,
John Willett just pitted.
Yeah, John Willett just pitted.
Yeah, on lap 37 here. So he's coming down here to get service done on that 81 truck. Also a winner, I believe he won at Kentucky for us, if I'm not mistaken. So he had a great race there. Was very fast. So congrats to him. But looking at Michael Sheffield now, and the thing with Sheffield here is he's putting down times as fast as the leaders, and not even in draft. That's what's pretty impressive about Sheffield. A lot of these laps here is that lap a little bit slower than the leaders, but still he closed the gap down to 4.8 seconds when I believe at one point he was almost 7 seconds behind. So, great run for Michael Sheffield, and been really quick on this long run here.
Absolutely. And And just like Cody, Michael Sheffield's kind of just hoping for caution. So he definitely has the pace. If they could manage to, or if he does manage to get a caution and then can get the gap closed up, I feel like he's a true contender for the win. As it looks like he's slowing down. Yeah, he's coming down up pit road.
Yeah, looks like the one of Michael Sheffield here in the Sheffield Graphics truck mirror. Go check them out on Facebook here, hitting pit road. Gonna get some services done to this #1 truck and see how he fares after this next stop, because I tell you, he's been very quick so far up in the top 4, but his 3 other teammates still out there leading the way in this race.
Yeah, this little undercut that he's performing hopefully closes the gap up for him, and so he could just kind of hang on to their draft once they do pit and everything rotates through.
And riding on board here now with the 59 Travis Edwards. He looks on to teammate GT Irizarry up front here leading this way, as he is also the points leader. So this guy has been so good throughout this whole entire season, and he's definitely proved that with each and every race we've come to in the tracks, that he's just really just been downright consistent. And, you know, consistency is gonna, like I said, is always gonna win out over speed, and that's what GTers always had most of the season. I mean, not only does he have speed too, he's had speed, but just, you know, consistent finishes each and every week. You also got to look here at Travis Everett. He's got 2 wins coming into tonight in 8 starts. Hasn't had the full 10 starts, but has 2 wins. So he's right now sitting actually tied with Dylan Reed for the 2nd spot for the most wins. Because right now they're all 3 hitting pit road here as they're going to try to get down and get the speed. No speeding, no mistakes here, as they got a good sized gap to the rest of this field. Looks like, I believe at this point, everybody should cycle through for the pits here. Yes, I do believe everybody, this is the last set of pits here. As the 3 trucks they've been nose to tail the whole time, they're going to pit nose to tail also.
Yeah, it'll be interesting since they're so close going into their boxes. You know, we might see a pretty good race off of pit road here, and we know that the access road of this racetrack is single file. You're not making it work too wide around here, so as they all take off, then they're racing off the pit road.
Yes, they are. Looks like Travis Everett going to win that race too, as he's got the better pit box. Looks like GT going to go from 1st to 3rd here possibly, as right now Travis Everett and the 29 Curtis Preston coming. Here comes John Willett.
Yeah, John Willett looks like he might lead a lap here this lap, as long as he can clear Travis Everett.
Don't think he's going to get there as they go down the 3 and 4. No, I don't believe he's going to. Is Travis Everett and the 29 Curtis Preston here trying to get back by him here as they come off 4. And there's been a caution, and I believe it's Cody McCauley in 62 truck. Been off of turn 2 here. So we'll have to go back here and check out our Nissan Central caution here. That's brought out our first caution of tonight here on the racetrack, and see if we can catch that on the Freaky Fast replay. Here it is this time, Freaky Fast replay. Coming off of 2, Cody McCauley just a little bit sideways loose. He's going to spin, lose the rear, and that truck is just going to go straight backwards from there. And good job on not hitting anything. Nobody else getting in the near him there either. So he's no harm, no foul. Just going to have a reset now for that 62, and I think that's definitely what he's going to need.
Yeah, he's going to need, and I'm telling you, who's also super happy to see that caution come out is going to be Michael Sheffield. It gives him the opportunity to kind of close the gap up, like I said earlier, and he's definitely had the pace throughout the race, and now he has an opportunity to show us what he's got.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, because, you know, he started in that 8th position, had to work his way through the field to get to that 4th position. You know, do we see people come back down pit road is also the question, because 3 sets of tires means they got 1 extra set left. Looks like John Willett there going to take the chance and head down pit road in the 81. That's an interesting call. I think also teammate Cody McCauley going to follow suit there in 62 as he spun. So these guys feeling like they're going to use their last set. I think this is not a terrible idea for these guys, because literally, you know, the top 3, they already came out. They just came out pit road. They're not pitting. And the big thing for these guys is that now, you know, it's not very likely to have a caution person. I mean, we see it can happen right there with our first one, but I'm going to tell you just from broadcasting this truck series, there's not many cautions. This is a very green racetrack when it's out here, and it's not going to be very likely. So it's going to be interesting to see if McCauley and Ouellette can use those tires to advantage. I also believe Alex Rudolph pit, so that's also another teammate there at 62 Designs, and you also have Craig A. Burns. So yeah, these guys all electing to come down pit road, get 4 tires, and reset their odds here on lap 43 of this race. Now, Cedric, do you feel like those tires will really be? You think it'll be an issue for any of these guys who kind of pitted earlier? I know Sheffield put 1 lap earlier than them, so 1 lap on the tires there, directly behind these leaders. I mean, personally, I don't think it's going to be a huge issue, but do you think it could become a factor at all?
Considering how good Sheffield was on the long run, that last run, I think that he'll be fine. I believe that it was a good call for Cody to pit there after looping the car around and kind of wearing those tires. I'd have to go take a look. I think it was John that pitted as well. I'll take a look when he pitted. Yeah, so he had about 5 or so laps on his tires. That's a tough call. As you see, Auto Club can go green flag, and then these guys do have a reputation to go green. So if it goes green, it was a really good call, probably a race-winning call. Possibly a race-winning call, I have to emphasize that. On his part,
yeah.
If we do get another caution, he just dug himself a grave, and he'll more than likely finish where he's at right now.
Yeah, that's very true. That's a great point. So yeah, if these guys see another caution, it will be a huge issue for them. But yeah, let's see how it all shakes out. Now the pace truck lights are off, so we'll be going green this next time by. You got Travis Everett leading this field, Curtis Preston in second position, GT Irizarry third, Michael Sheffield fourth, Brendan Biesinger in your top 5. Kel Seaman, Matt Upbrook, Chad Biesinger, all guys who moved up from that to the 6th, 7th, and 8th position. So great run for those gentlemen. But I tell you what, Travis Everett, Curtis Preston, GT Irizarry, and Michael Sheffield right now, all top 4 slide job racing trucks. So they're liking the sights right now. And if they can get Matt Upbrook into the top 5, they could just sweep the whole top 5 here tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure as a team that's what you want. That's what you want, but at the same time, obviously, as a driver, you're thinking myself first, team second. They're aiming for an entire top 5, but at the same time, you're just trying to go out and do what you can to win a race. So we're definitely going to see some really good racing as the pace car pulls off here, and these guys are about to go green.
Yes, they are. Travis Everett going to lead us back green as the green flag is back in the air. Travis takes off. GT Irizarry, great restart there in that 4 truck. Looks like he's going to get past Curtis Preston there to move himself up to the 2nd position as they head down to turn 1. Looks like GT might take the outside lane here with Travis Everett in that 59 on the bottom. Let's see how this all shakes out. But I tell you what, the rest of this field is going to be shooken up here as we got a few drivers trying to drive back through. Great race in there. Looks like the first battle here is Brendan Biesinger and Michael Sheffield there as the top 3. Oh, very close between them. Looks like Michael Sheffield going to clear that battle there for the 5th and 6th positions between Matt Obrook. And Matt Obrook is trying to say, I want to slide job race in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And try to get himself up there from that 6th position as behind that, it looks like Cody McCauley and John Ouellette battling back here to the 2 teammates trying to claw their way back up as they've moved up to the 8th and 9th position.
No, we haven't talked too much about the Bensingers tonight, but Brandon kind of catching me off guard, cracking into the top 5. He's, I've been having a really good run, been really quiet, hasn't had anything much happen to him, but coming down to the last 30 laps, that's really where you want to make an appearance, and you want to have a strong showing.
Yeah, Brendan Biesinger has had a great run at most tracks we went to this season, and personally, I was kind of surprised to see him falling off the front of the field as much as he did. This guy, I'm telling you, this guy has had some amazing runs. Some runs where you say, man, this guy might win this race with the speed he's shown on long runs especially. So good to see Brendan back up in the top 5 and competing here with these guys as he heads down the back straightaway directly behind that one of Michael Sheffield as this field continues to brawl. got the great view here from Brendan B. Singer as that front battle is on soon here through the thing. And I tell you what, this is where dirty air is going to be a factor. But at the same time, dirty air on these brand new tires is not as big a deal. You know, you can't forget it. The longer this run goes, the worse that dirty air gets.
Yeah, from the look of this race, actually, pardon me if I'm wrong, but I think it was Sheffield that you said makes the setups. As of right now, I'm going to say that he's done a really good job with the setup in this race. We've seen a lot of racing, and actually, dirty air hasn't seemed to be too much of an issue from the looks of it.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah. Sheffield's done a great job because the trucks is really, I mean, it's been very racy between these guys. As you see there, Michael Sheffield getting by GTers right now, putting himself up to the third position. So he's up here battling with his teammates as they race down the front straight early. But behind that, you got Cody McCauley trying to get past Matt Upbrook, the other slide job racing truck. So the 62 and that 81 starting to come forward with John Willett trying to follow in suit off of turn 2.
Yeah, side by side, but almost side racing for top 5 or 2 through 5 in the field, and now you also have a battle. It looks like for 7 and 8th, as we see Travis Willett, Sheffield move into the second place position.
Yeah, that's great to see is Curtis Preston trying to break away a little bit. Travis Everett now falling to the clutches of the 68 of Brendan Beeson. Here comes Cody McCauley in the 62, also in the picture. He slides up in front of him. What a close move there. Here comes back the 59 up the bottom. The 62 very close to that wall, but like I said, they fixed that 62 up pretty nicely. Let's see if he can drive up here and contend for this win in this race, as right now it's getting very spicy. I tell you what, we just had a camera shot a minute ago where you could see all 13 trucks in this race just in one shot. So that shows you how close it is. 2.5 seconds separating this whole entire field.
Yeah, the racing's been really close, really good, as we see the 59 pushing Brandon Bensinger to 4th place. And we see the 62 holding off and actually getting that position back. The outside seems to be the lane you want to be when making passes.
Yeah, you're going to see Travis Everett fight back here on the bottom lane, trying to get past Brendan Beesinger as Cody McCauley is trying to check out here and go catch up to those front 3 directly ahead of him. Great battling all around the racetrack. Richard Gonzalez also battling with Matt Upbrook. You got the 59, the 81, the 68. All these trucks just battling for positions. And this is a great show to see here with 24 to go on the racetrack. So now we got Curtis Preston leading the way with 24 to go. Cedric, what does Curtis Preston need to do this run to make sure he ends up in front of this field with 24 to go?
Honestly, he just needs to be consistent, do exactly what he did in the first run, and hope that Michael and GT just end up racing for, the next 25 laps. Because them battling and being side by side will just slow them down, and that's what he wants to see. The bigger you can open that gap, the more time you give yourself with that lead. And we know that GT's been really fast on the long run, or I should say the entire slide job team has been really fast on the long run. So you always know that pressure and that threat is behind you, no matter how far back it is. But you just have to hope that those guys behind you just start racing, and then, that you just hit your marks, which he's been doing a really good job of doing so far this run.
Yeah, he's done a really good job right now. Still got a great gap there. He's got the full right on the front hood here of Michael Sheffield, as he's directly behind teammate GT Arizaro. You also got Cody McCauley, Travis Everett, John Willett all coming into the picture, also right directly behind Sheffield. So this is far from over with 22 to go. These guys are going. I'm sure there's going to be some type of battle here down to the very end.
Yeah, those fresh tires of John Willett not paying off as much as he was hoping for this run, or as much as we would think that it would have worked for him. kind of getting stuck in that 6th place position so far.
Yeah, look at Travis Everett make the move here, trying to get past Cody McCauley. You got Sheffield directly in front of him. We'll have to see how this all shakes out down the front straightaway. Here comes Travis Everett trying to get to the inside. Teammate Michael Sheffield now and follow his way through. Here we're going to see what can Cody McCauley do. Ooh, Michael Sheffield way up the racetrack, falling directly behind here and slide up the racetrack as, man, oh man, these two make the pass on Michael Sheffield. Here comes John Willett also into the picture with 21 to go, but Curtis Preston still holding on to a strong lead here as they go down the back straightaway with, man, Cody McCauley still trying to fight past Michael Sheffield.
Yeah, Curtis Preston's looking in his mirror right now, and he's loving what he's seeing. He just hopes that GTs would be involved in that kind of racing, but he's actually been growing his gap, running a 10th quicker than Irizarry this last lap. He is sailing away.
Yeah, doing a great job right now. 6/10 ahead of this field as they go through turn 1 and 2. He's really stretched his legs this run with 20 to go. But I tell you what, it's far from over here as these 5 trucks right here try to line up and catch that number 29 out in front of this field. As John Willett starting to get to the back bumper here now. Michael Sheffield is some great racing. Just got to say, these guys have had super competitive racing all night and have not got away from each other. We also want to make sure to shout out to all you fans out there tuning in to the show here throughout this whole entire race. And I hope you all are enjoying it and enjoying the broadcast we're bringing to you. Looks like John Willett, they're trying to make a move possibly down the back straightaway. Here's the one Michael Sheffield trying to hold on to as they go down to 3 and 4. Is Travis Everett fighting with teammate GT Irizarry directly in front of that for that 2nd position. Oh, GT closes the door on the 62 of Cody McCauley there as he tries to cross back over on teammate Travis Everett. What a battle we're seeing. I tell you what, this is what Curtis Preston likes to see, said.
Yes, sir. He's licking his chops right now. But I was going to say about a lap ago, whenever it was single file, I was going to say deja vu of the first one where the leaders just, smooth sailing out there in front, and the rest of the field are single file trying to work together to catch back up. And I'm glad I didn't say it because I would have said it a lap too quick. As we see these guys back here, 2nd through 5th, just racing their tails off.
Yeah, they really are there. As you're seeing now, Cody McCauley trying to get to the outside. GT Irizarry, he's actually going to get back in front of that 62 and clear him and put himself up in the 3rd position. With now Travis Everett trying to track down the leader, Curtis Preston. We've seen Travis Everett from the lead slide back almost to the 5th or 6th position. Now drove himself back up to 2nd. So I tell you what, passing is definitely doable here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway. Great shot we got here riding on board with this 62 Cody McCauley down the back straightaway. Just trying to do his best here to close that gap and get in position for this win. But I tell you what, that right front still may be hindering that truck. It's Michael Sheffield now going to try to look to the inside. That 62 Cody McCauley.
Yeah, now that you have Travis Everett and GT Irizarry kind of nose to tail, do you think they're going to try and work together and catch their teammate in the lead?
Yes. Yeah, I think these two are going to try to run Curtis down as they've actually brought it down to with under a half a second now. And their nose to tail, and they're starting to pull away and put a little gap there between these other 3 trucks of the 62 Cody McCauley, Michael Sheffield, and John Willett. So I think they're trying to go up here and sort this battle out between these 3.
As we saw, if I'm not mistaken, somebody hit the wall.
Did someone hit the wall there, actually? I wonder who that was.
Cody got really close to it when Sparks came out, but I think it was... I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was just interesting. Very close, very close. I think it might have been some false sparks. So he definitely was testing the boundaries there. As we've seen tonight, he's got up into that wall multiple times. He got a little close again, so got to be careful there for that 62 as he's trying to get everything. He's trying to get everything he possibly can to get up in this battle with these top 3 but he's starting to see him drive away a little bit. That can get a little bit, to the point where you start pushing harder and harder. And we're riding on the front bumper of GT Azar as he pushes teammate Travis Everett in the front straightaway. I'd say like ride the front bumper, and they're to the back bumper of Curtis Preston now as this battle is going to heat up, and this could bring Cody McCauley in the picture. So 14 to go. He's got to keep his head in the game here with these top three battling this hard.
Yeah, he just needs to take it easy, not make any mistakes, and just stay in the draft. But let the laps kind of tick down and try and stay in the picture.
Definitely so. And you remember how good Sheffield was. He's starting to put pressure on Cody McCauley also for that 4th position. He could possibly, if his teammates get battling up here, he could possibly use that speed there in the later run to put himself in the picture as these three battle. As Curtis Preston back to 3rd now, so it did swap there to the lead. And now Curtis Preston in that 3rd position, directly behind teammate GT Azari and Travis Everett. And I tell you what, with 13 to go, this lead is not changed hands for the last time, I don't think.
No, absolutely not. No, if Michael could figure out a way to pass, I wouldn't doubt it that he's going to be up here contending for a win. He just needs to kind of, I don't know, it seems like he's been struggling with passing, but once he figures that out, I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be contending for this one.
I tell you what, this has brought Sheffield and Cody McCauley right back into the picture. And I tell you what, John Willett not far behind if something happens with these top 5. I got to give a shout out to all these drivers here, the Adrenaline Rush Racing League, putting on a great show in this truck series. It's been a pleasure to call so far with 12 laps to go. It's going to come down to who can make the move at the right moment, I think, here as these trucks are not getting away from each other. And if Cody McCauley wins it, he goes from pole setting, leading a bunch of laps at the beginning to hitting the wall, then spinning, and then going to a win. That could be a storyline of a race for him.
You'll take them as you can get them. Obviously, it wouldn't be the ideal win. I'm sure it's not the type of win he would want to win. Like, I'm sure he's the type of driver that just wants to go out there, dominate, lead every lap, and win. But a win's a win when it's all said and done.
Yes, it is. A win is definitely a win. He's starting to put pressure on Curtis Preston there, moving himself up and under at 29 here as they go down the back straight over here with 11 to go. As the front two staying connected with GT Azari and Travis Everett as they go down to 3 and 4. Here comes Cody McCauley to the inside at 29 of Curtis Preston. See if he can fight past him. Oh, he just clears him on the exit. I tell you what, Curtis Preston might have the crossover. Yes, he does.
Oh, the block move.
At 62. I tell you what, that was pretty aggressive, man. I ain't gonna lie. That might fire that 29 up a little bit. The drivers be quick to see if that type of block has anything left in that 29.
That's the type of block that you hope you have enough speed so you don't have to do that the second time, because I don't think it's gonna work too well for him a second time.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think a second time will be too good. Here goes Curtis to the inside. Let's see what he can do as they go down to 3 and 4. And they'll be coming this time by to 9 to go. Here
sails it in.
Back in. And he goes back for the crossover. I tell you what, Curtis Preston not going to be able to block that off. Got his inside here as they go down the front straightaway. He gets from the 3rd position with 9 laps to go as they go down to turn 1 side by side as they're seeing the front two start to get away. I think this battle now is just going to be for the 3rd position. McCauley back by him here off of 2, but can Curtis Preston fight back as they head down the back straightaway here with Michael Sheffield there not too far back in that one also. It's like McCauley going to hold on as they go down to 3 and 4, but McCauley missing the corner a little bit. Here comes Curtis Preston on the bottom in that 29. I tell you what, do we see more blocking? That is going to be the thing. You know, I mean, the 29 lifted last time. Does the 29 lift next time? That's the question you got to ask yourself when you throw a block like that.
Yeah.
29 back to the outside. Great racing here for this 3rd position with 8 laps to go. Looks like
we have a race for the lead.
Yeah, GT's going side by side for the lead now. Off of 2. GT Irizarry there trying to take the lead. Man, oh man. What a race here. with 8 laps to go on the bottom lane here, side by side. GT Irizarry trying to make it work as Curtis Preston directly behind. He pulls the slider on Cody McCauley. So we got multiple different battles going on here at this racetrack with 7 laps to go, side by side for the lead. GT Irizarry and Travis Everett.
Yeah, Curtis Preston had to check up off of 4, kind of went in deep, but what we didn't catch on the broadcast was Cody McCauley throwing another big block down the back straightaway. These guys are getting pretty handsy here with each other.
Yes.
I mean, they want that 3rd place. I don't blame them. As we see a side-by-side
Battle
race for the lead.
Wow, this lead battle is great. These guys are side by side, but I tell you what, behind them are side by side too. So this isn't going to slow them down too much. That's the big thing. You know, most time when you get side by side like this, it's going to slow you down. But with the guys racing behind you, you can do this here as we come to 6 to go this time. Curtis Preston even back there throwing a big block. It's getting feisty all around this racetrack. This is the race that we like to see here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. It has been a pleasure so far as we got 6 to go. And man, oh man, the fireworks are starting to happen here. Is the battle for the lead still ensuing? This battle for 3rd place is crazy too. As you can see directly up front, look at the 2 side by side. We got side by side for a 3rd. Man, oh man, who's gonna give up first here? The 29 clears this 62s. They head down to 3 and 4. Looks like Curtis Preston gonna make it through. GT Irizarry and Travis Everett still battling. GT's going to clear here as they come to 5 to go, but this is, I think, going to let him catch up here as Travis comes back to the inside down the front straightaway, but GT's going to cover it off.
Ooh, crossover down the front straightaway as we cross the start-finish line to, like you said, get 5 to go here. Side-by-side racing is probably going to reel Curtis and those guys back in.
It's very possible. Travis trying to fight around the outside here. GT's going to clear off of 2 as they head down the back straightaway. GT going to slide down to the bottom there to make sure Travis doesn't make that move, and he's going to pull himself down to 3 and 4 here with the lead. But I tell you what, Curtis Preston not too far behind either in the 29. He's had a heck of a battle with that 62. Can he get back in the picture for this win? They'll be coming to 4 to go this time. I don't know who's going to win this thing.
At this point, as a newcomer in the broadcast booth, I don't care who wins it, just give me a good finish.
Look at this, Travis Everett back to the inside on GT Irizarry. This has been some of the best racing we've seen for the win all season. These guys not giving up no time. These are teammates, but I tell you what, they race each other just as hard as they race anybody else on this racetrack. And we're seeing a classic teammate battle here, Auto Club down to the very end. Curtis Preston, the other teammate in Slide Job Racing, trying to get in the picture. And Michael Sheffield not too far behind, also in the 1. Here comes GT on the bottom lane. This racing is just amazing.
Yeah, GT Irizarry kind of checking up there, going to turn 3, trying to get that crossover on Travis Everett.
Travis
bopping and weaving.
Whoa. This is going to be a round 12 fight here, I think. Oh, man. Is 3rd place also battling.
Side by side, door by door.
Right now down the back straightaway for the lead. As they go down to 3 and 4, we'll see if GT Irizarry can make this pass here for the lead. As they head down, he's side by side. You got Michael Sheffield coming by Cody McCauley now. Also for the 4th position, can he get up the 3rd? But the battle for the lead still ensuing as they come off of turn 2 to come to 2 to go. Side by side up front, the 29 the 4 of GT Irizarry and the 59 of Travis Everett here. Side by side racing for this lead with 2 to go. We don't know who's going to come back around after this, man. I tell you what, if it stays side by side, I think the outside lane is going to be maybe preferred. Down the back straightaway, side by side. This is dead even racing. I don't think we're going to get him from behind either. And Sheffield's up to 3rd now, also in the 1 truck as Cody McCauley and Curtis Preston battle. But this battle for the lead is not over. With 2 to go, they're going to be coming by this time. And the white flag is going to be in the air. Who's going to be your Sheffield Graphics race winner as we head down the front straightaway here? Side by side still for this win. GT Irizarry, Travis Everett head down to turn 1, side by side. Going down into 1 and 2. Who's going to have the power coming out of 2? That's going to set us up for 3 and 4. Right now, dead even heat as they come out of 2. down the back straightaway. This is going to be a photo finish up here, guys. It is going to be one for the books as they head to 3 and 4. This is going to be a freaky fast finish here. Who's going to come back your winner? We'll have to see. 59 and Travis Everett fighting on the outside. The 4 GT Rosario on the bottom lane. Here they come off of 4. Travis Everett slides up high, gets
in the wall.
GT Irizarry is going to win it as Travis Everett will come home in second, and Michael Sheffield in the one truck will bring it home in the third position. What a race down to the very end. Man, oh man, that was fun to watch.
Indeed it was. It's unfortunate that Travis got on the wall there. That would have definitely been a wicked finish to see. Photo finish.
That was intense down to the very end. Congrats to GT Rosario. Also congrats to Travis Everett. That was one heck of a finish here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. We were so glad to bring that to you here. But look at GT. He's going to bring it down here on the front straightaway. And he's going to celebrate here in this number 4 Busch Light machine and get his second victory of the season here in the Truck Series as he is our points leader. So continuing his great run through this season. Man, oh man, what a race there, guys. So, man, we're going to have to head to a break here as GT slides through the grass and celebrates here as we get our top 3 finishers down here and have an interview and a chat with these drivers. All right, we are back here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting with the Adrenaline Rush Truck Series as they have completed tonight's race here at the Auto Club Speedway. 75 laps of greatness, I must say. And I tell you what, Michael Sheffield had a fantastic night in that one truck, started in the 8th position, brought it home in 3rd. Let's see what he has to think after tonight's excellent finish in that one truck, battling down to the very end here. Hey, Michael, it's Zach up in the booth, man. You got a copy? Hey, Michael, it's Zach up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
I got you. Got me?
Hey, yeah, I got you now, Michael. Well, man, what a great race for yourself in that one truck here tonight, man. We were watching you there on that very first run of this race, and we noticed just you had some really good long run pace in that one truck, and slowly, methodically worked your way through the field up into that top 5. And then after that the caution there, you're able to restart in that 4th position and just kind of ride there around 4th, 5th, 3rd, and get up to 2nd a few times. And then there at the end, you were able to move yourself back into that 3rd position, man. That was some fantastic racing out there. You guys were putting on a show. How was it out there in the truck, though?
It was fun. Setup was a little tough. I told the guys pre-broadcast. I think I messed up somewhere loading one in, but hey, it happens every once in a while, I'm sure. But the first run, I know I'm a long run type of guy, and I knew that long run it would pay off here. So, and then when we came back out and I was in 4th, I just had to get my mind to I wanted to stay a little bit for long run, but I also wanted to just stay with the draft and see what I could do.
Yeah, we definitely knew that draft would be a definite big benefit there, and it definitely showed, you keeping up with them guys there down to the very end and making your move when it counted, to move yourself up the third there. And I tell you what, it was a battle all over the racetrack there for third, first, and second. We're going at it. You guys were battling down to the very end. That was so fun to watch. We head to another pretty racy track next week at Richmond. How you feel about going in Richmond as we got 200 laps there? It should be a blast there too.
I enjoy Richmond. I really like the track, but it just never works out for me there in the end. So, one of these days, maybe it will.
Well, hopefully it'll work out for you next week there, Michael. Man, it definitely worked out here for your night, showing your pace that you had in that one truck. It was fun to watch, Michael. Anybody want to send a shout out to before we let you go?
I want to shout out to sponsor S&C Transport. Appreciate him coming on board this year. I want to say thanks to my teammates over Slide Jobs. Thanks to y'all for coming in the booth, and thanks to Ryan and all the rest of the guys in the admin side. And I want to, send a big welcome to the Wallbangers for coming on board with us. So look forward to that. So appreciate it.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Michael. You have a great night, and we will catch you tomorrow night. All right. That was Michael Sheffield there from Sheffield Graphics. Make sure to go check out Sheffield Graphics on Facebook. There from Michael Sheffield, his third place finish tonight. But he's got two teammates, the 1, 2, 3 there for Slide Job Racing here tonight. I should have asked him about that because he's the team owner of Slide Job Racing. That just slid off the top of my head. Man, oh man. Sorry, Michael. But we'll move on to second here as we got Travis Everett in the 59. Bringing home second is, I believe he was our Cup Series winner there last week. So let's see what he has to say here after it's a win here tonight, or bring home second here tonight at the great battle with GT. Hey, Travis is Zach up in the booth. You got a copy, man. Hey, Travis is Zach up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. We got you.
Hey, Travis, man. Well, what a battle there down to the very end. We had that first long run of the race. You three guys, Curtis, Preston, and GT, you guys just kept together pretty much throughout that whole entire run and drove to the front, got by Cody McCauley, and just drove away from there. Then we had the caution come out, and then the battle ensued. You started in that first position. I think you fell almost even back to sixth. Was able to drive yourself back up to the second and position, and then from there, it was a battle between you and GT down to the very end. That was fantastic from up here in the booth, but just kind of describe that battle there for us coming down to the very end, because you guys raced side by side for I don't know how many laps there tonight at the end.
Oh yeah, I love getting in there racing GT like that, and everybody else on our team. I know they're a bunch of clean racers side by side and close like that, and really don't have to worry about a slip up.
Yeah, definitely no slip ups there. You guys were battling down to the very end. Heading down the 3 there, you had the outside lane. How confident did you feel about the outside lane? Because it seemed like he had of course the preferred lane and the bottom lane, but that outside lane where you could keep someone trapped down, you could really get a good run off. But it just seemed like you maybe had, I don't know if you got in a little bit too deep, but it just didn't seem like you had as much front turn there coming off before that last time.
Yeah, just getting everything I had there. I throttled up a little too soon. I think if I'd probably held it another quarter of a second or less, would have been all right and come out side by side. But I think the bottom lane still would have paid off there, and he beat me back to the line. Seemed like that was the place to be.
Definitely was, my friend. Well, that was a heck of a battle here tonight. We head to Richmond next week to the short track, so we know there's gonna be some great battling there. How do you feel about Richmond, Travis?
I love Richmond. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it. I got to work next week, night shift, so I'll miss that one. Hate I'm gonna miss it.
Well, that's unfortunate, man, but I'm sure you'll be back out there putting races in the next few weeks. So, and you got the Cup Series coming up tomorrow night, so that'll be another big one at the defend your win from last week. So, again, congrats on the second place finish here tonight, Travis. Anybody want to send a shout out to before we let you go and get prepared for tomorrow night?
I appreciate it. Just want to thank y'all for broadcasting this thing for us, and RSR, Adrenaline, everybody over there, Michael Sheffield and Ryan. They do a great job, and just glad to be a part of a great group of guys, both series.
It definitely was, man. It was a great night here tonight, Travis, and we want to congratulate you again on second, and we will catch you tomorrow night, man.
So we'll see you then. Y'all have a good night.
Yep, you too, man. All right, that was Travis Everett, your second place finisher here tonight. But let's move on to GT, the man in the Busch Light Machine, bringing home the victory here tonight in the Auto Club Speedway for the Adrenaline Rush Truck Series. Let's see what he has to say after tonight's fantastic battle down to the very end. Hey, GT, it's Zach up in the booth, man. You got a copy.
What's happening there, brothers?
Hey, man, it's doing great here. I tell you what, we just had a blast calling that race, GT. You and your teammates battled all night long and put on a show for us down to the very end there. I tell you what, we didn't know who was going to come out of 4 there to lead that one because you guys battled for I don't know how many laps side by side right there. It was impressive stuff to watch. Let us know how you felt there running on that bottom lane coming down to the very end.
I mean, I didn't know who was going to win going into turn 3. I mean, hats off to Travis. I mean, you know, when you race against people that you know, they can wheel it like that. I mean, you can have a lot of fun. I mean, and I thought that if we got to racing that it would, you know, reel in the guys behind us. But I started, you know, as I was watching that, I was like, man, we're really just maintaining pace and we're having a damn blast. So we went back to partying, dude. I mean, that was a lot of fun. I got to say, man, I kept thinking about you guys, you know, the whole time. I was like, man, I hope we're putting on a good show, you know. So I definitely hope it was a good show for you guys.
Oh, it definitely was. I tell you what, you slide job racing guys were everywhere. I mean, at one point, y'all almost had the top 5 filled out. You come out of here tonight with a 1, 2, 3, 5, and I believe it looks like Matt came home in 7th. So, yeah, you guys were spread throughout that top 7 right there, man. How does that feel out of here to come out of here tonight again with another dominant night for slide job racing?
That just goes to show you, you know, how good it is when teamwork actually works. You know, we all work together, and I've said it before. You know, we all learn off of each other, and you know that's what I think makes us the. I wouldn't say one of the that you got to, you know, contend against. You know, especially in the trucks, but coming into, you know, to the Tuesday nights, I mean, you know, I think we're the ones that's got the targets on our backs. You know, we just all work very well together, and you know, we actually do put practice time in during the week. You know, we'll get on here on a Wednesday or Thursday, or whatever, and just, you know, practice around for about a good hour or so, and just kind of get the feel of things. Man, I just hope that we have the same luck coming tomorrow. You know, I had the long run figured out in these guys, which is normally the opposite for me. Normally, I'm a you know, I shoot my load early, and then I'm like, let's call later. But this time it was like it was a different story. So it felt good, man. But that certainly was a blast, man. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, it was fun for us up here too, man. That was a pleasure to call, and we had a blast calling it down to the very end. Now to, you know, get into the whole picture of the season, you know, we're 11 weeks in here tonight after Auto Club. We got 5 weeks to go. You come in here tonight with a 42-point lead. You know, you grew that lead definitely here, bringing home your second win of the season here. You know, what's, you know, 5 races left. You know, you've really just each and every race, it seems like you're there fighting for a top 3 or top 5 coming down the end. You know, do you keep it going the same way? Do you, you know, conserve? I know what you're going to say, but, you know, let the fans at home know, you know, what's the plan going into the final 5?
Momentum is definitely key. I mean, you know, you said it too. We don't have a whole bunch of W's. But we got a lot of 2s, you know, P2s and P3s and stuff like that. And, you know, we don't have any DNFs and stuff like that. You just got to stay consistent. I mean, I really think we would have had either a P2 or P3 last week if it wouldn't have been for the last lap contact from John there that took us out of contention, which, you know, that was Martinsville. I don't know, but I really don't like that place. I don't know if you know that, but I hate that place. So consistency is a thing, you know, just running up front and trying to keep it clean. But you know, so you race just like I do, and you know just as well as I do. Luck's got a lot to do with it. I mean, it don't matter. Don't give a damn how good you are if you get put into the wall or you just it gets loose on you. I mean, look at Cody. I mean, he was top dog of the field, and you know he ended up running into the wall there. So I mean, it just happens, but it is what it is.
That's right, man. It's going to be fun coming down to these final 5 races. You also got the Cup Series starting back up now, you know, with the multiple races there. So it's going to be a good 2021, man. So congrats on the win here tonight. Anybody wants to send a shout out to before we let you go and get ready for tomorrow night?
Yeah, Evolution Racing League #1, Sheffield for what he does. He does a lot of work, not only just, you know, on the track with us, but also, you know, behind the scenes and stuff like that. He's been super busy painting cars for folks. And remember, he just go to Sheffield Graphics. He just asked for a donation of Folds of Honor, which is even awesomer. That's a word. It is now. But I want to thank you guys as always. I mean, you guys always do one hell of a job. Like last week, Travis really hit a spot with me. My mother-in-law, which was fighting strong, actually passed away. She's in better hands now. So this win is dedicated to her as well. She's truly an amazing woman that was a big part of my life, and certainly going to be missed. So really, that's about it, brother.
All right, GT, congrats on the win tonight, man. Our condolences to you and your family, man. But it's a very memorable win for you, I'm sure, and a very special one. So we'll remember it here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting, man. But congrats tonight, and we'll let you go and get prepared for tomorrow night, man.
Yeah, I hope to talk to you tomorrow night.
Awesome stuff, buddy. Congrats, and you have a great night. All right, that was GT Irizarry there tonight, pulling off the victory in that number 4 machine. What a race it was up here at Freaky Fast Broadcast, and we had a blast calling this one, but we'll go ahead and pull up our final race results here and let you know where your favorite drivers finished throughout this field here at the Adrenaline Rush Truck Series. There it is, GT Irizarry bringing home the win in that number 4 machine, leading the points there. So continue to grow that gap here as we head into the final 5 races starting next week. So going to be fun stuff to watch there with this 4 truck. He's got a great lead going into that. Second here is going to be Travis Everett battling down to the very end there with teammate GT Irizarry going to end up with second. Third is going to go to Michael Sheffield after a great night in that 1 truck. Fourth is going to go to Cody McCauley after sitting on the pole. Fifth is going to be Curtis Preston in that 29. Sixth is going to go to John Wellett. Seventh is Matt Upbrook in the 16 truck. Eighth, Richard Gonzalez. Ninth is going to be Brendan B. Singer. 10th, Chad B. Singer. 11th is going to go to Alex Rudolph. 12th, Craig A. Burns. And rounding your field in the 13th position will be Kel Seaman, as that is our race results tonight here from the Auto Club Speedway with the Adrenaline Rush Truck Series. What a great night it's been. But I tell you what, I can't really echo more of that. What a great race it was down to the very end. But Cedric, any final thoughts for yourself before we close out tonight's broadcast?
I mean, I just want to thank you guys for allowing me to come up in the booth. I want to thank the guys out for putting a great show for tonight's broadcast. It made it a lot easier, made it very easy to talk about the racing. It was super fun, and yeah, thank you.
Well, we thank you very much, buddy. It was a pleasure to call it with you, and I hope you had a good time. But I know I did. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. Make sure you go check out our giveaway on Facebook at Freaky Fast Broadcasting on Facebook, like I said there, and you can win yourself a ButtKicker. So, and again, shout out to the sponsors or Nissan Central, Sheffield Graphics, and ButtKicker. All important things that make stuff happen here. But now we'll send it up to Robert Moyer Jr. himself, the boss man, to close out tonight's race here.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Great call in the race. Great action-packed racing for the last 10 laps to watch these guys here in the Truck Series. Man, do they put on a race. But if you like tonight's race, you and gentlemen have not seen anything until tomorrow when we have the ARCA cars coming to Auto Club and also the Cup cars coming to Auto Club. So tomorrow night is going to be our double header here with Evolution Racing League. It's going to be Brandon Cawley and Zach Hall calling all the action out there for you at 7:20 and 9:20 Eastern Standard Time, and it's going to be fun. So hopefully everybody tunes in tomorrow, gives that shares and likes and follow button so you do not miss any of the action when we go live. But until tomorrow night, we want to say here at Freaky Fast, God bless everybody. Love yous all. Peace out.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.